Welcome back to Dungeon Master Deep Dive. Today, I'm going to talk about some of the behind the scenes of the third and active campaign in the world of Ilethia, the Quest of Desolation campaign. All with players that are completely new to this world, and about half of which are new to TTRPGs altogether. I'm going to reveal some of my favorite parts on each character, and how they all play unique roles both in the group, which has been known as the Glorious Bastards, and in the campaign setting altogether. So without further ado, let's dive in. When the adventuring party finally receives its name, which was elected by the players, the party consists of Chondros Nyx, the lizard folk druid, Rayudrum Nightshade, the human druid, Black Swordsman, the half-orc fighter, Atlasia Soul, the half-elf cleric, Flint Eastwood, the human fighter, Kualias Presgolin, the Eladrin ranger, and Trixie Quickvale, the halfling bard. So for each character, I'm just going to go through and talk about generally their background and some of my favorite parts of how these players play these characters. So we'll start with Chondros Nyx. Chondros Nyx, who is most referred to as just Nyx, is a really interesting character. Nyx started the campaign as a drunkard that really didn't care about anyone but himself, and his attitude keeps a lot of what is known about him a secret. There really are two sides to his character, though, because on one hand, he is kind of the unofficial leader of the party that serves as a guide for what the party plans on doing next and what their general goals are at any one point in time. And on the other hand, he just kind of does things and then deals with the consequences later. I really think my favorite part about his character and how his character is played is watching his journey from caring about no one but himself to actually developing a really deep regard for his companions and for the world throughout the campaign. Rayudrum Nightshade is another character that he shares a very similar story that involves a tragic past, like so many of our party members do, but he was actually brought into the group by curiosity instead of something else. And that curiosity above anything is what really indicates that he enjoys exploring the world. Rayudrum loves to explore the world and learn about the little things which make him, quote unquote, the information king amongst the party. My favorite part about his character is to see him overcome that tragic past in search of the truth, and that ultimately brings him to a place of being a great person. And it really does help out when he has information that he learned from a book or a library or another person or some other source that the party really needs at certain times, which makes him really crucial. He also kind of doubles up as like the potion making and brewer of the party, and so a lot of the times when the party is in dire need of a certain potion, Rayudrum is the person to turn to. Black Swordsman is the character that is in the fight and the adventure because it's fun. The so-called adrenaline seeker is what best describes his character. Black is down for just about anything and is fully prepared for whatever the road of the adventure has in store for him. And that makes him such an asset for the group, as he also doubles as the party's muscle and defender. Ready to slash monsters with a sword and to jump into anything is probably my favorite thing about his character, and the fact that he gets along so well with the entire group because of his personality. Atlasia Soul is, of course, the primary healer as being a cleric, so that's obviously very integral to the party. But beyond that, Atlasia is also a mystery and a great example of a dual-sided character. Losing her last remaining family member recently during the campaign and being a priestess of the Platinum Dragon really showcased the internal struggle between keeping the faith and losing hope. Atlasia is also by far the wealthiest member of the party, but doesn't really show that. Atlasia believes that the group should earn everything that they do together, and they should spend their money equally. And so instead of just paying for everything, it is a true rare dynamic to watch Atlasia encourage the group to be more responsible and to watch them grow in that regard. It's a really cool dynamic to watch play out, and also watching her ultimate choice of faith over giving up is my favorite part about her character. Flint is the gunslinging cowboy that left home a while back to seek out a job. Flint joined the group and definitely has been helpful in aiding in the damage dealing power of the group with his magical firearms. But even better about his character is his primary mission and goal of partaking in this group and this campaign is figuring out what is he fighting for, answering questions like why is he doing what he's doing, why does he adventure, and who is he adventuring for. Is that for himself, his family, maybe his friends, or is it just for the good of the world? And all of these questions have yet to be revealed yet, which makes it a great character arc to watch Flint develop. My favorite attribute of his character is that this campaign really is a journey that is helping him figure out who he really is. For our next character, Kulias Presgerlin, often just known amongst the party as Kulias, is a character that joined our party after most of the rest of them had already joined into the campaign. And so Kulias joined much later in the campaign than most of the original players. He is definitely secretly fleeing from a past mistake that he's made a long time ago. And it's such a deep rooted fear that he will do absolutely anything to avoid going back to that. A lot of what is known about his character is hidden because of the fear of his past and that it will eventually come back to get him. My favorite part of his character is his general good attitude to do good things despite hiding the past mistakes that he's made, which means that he ultimately recognizes that he has messed up in the past, but he strives to do better now. And that's such a great thing to watch unfold in this adventuring party. Our last member is Trixie, who is the most recent member to join our party and did so in a very unique way by first being an antagonist pirate attempting to board and steal our party's goods and gold. But after that kind of went awry, Trixie was taken as a quote unquote hostage and then later joined our party. So that definitely leads into the disconnect between the trust of the party and their inclusion of Trixie. But despite it being slow, it is an amazing development to watch. Trixie has to strive to earn the trust from the party, and she also has this like secondary nature that is partial to generally bad things such as stealing. So her character development is a slow mesh with the party, but also shows over time that she's becoming a better person because she's part of the party. And that's my favorite part about her character. In terms of the entire group themselves, the name of the group that they have adopted, the Glorious Bastards, is a mix between the fact that all what brought them all together was a mission from the goddess Lycree, and the other part that it plays into their fun, spirited, wild nature as well. It really encompasses each aspect of the group, and it's really fitting that the players got to pick this name for themselves over time and finally came to an agreement that shows their slow but sure unity as a group.